Hello, I'm Collins Goss, the Development Manager at the Horizon Theater Company here in Atlanta, and I will be leading you on a quick tour of Little Five Points to show you the space for our proposed project, Arts Alive. Horizon is working with the newly created Little Five Points Community Improvement District to create our Arts Alive program that will bring people into Little Five Points, support the neighborhood's small businesses and arts organizations, and make Little Five a thriving hub of community and activity. Horizon has been producing professional contemporary theater for the past 30 years. We serve a diverse audience made up of 35 to 40,000 patrons each year. Our mission is to connect people, inspire hope, and promote positive change through the stories of our times, which makes us an ideal leader for positive change in our community. Horizon Theater is located in the Little Five Points Center for Arts and Community. The center was formerly Moreland Elementary School until it was converted into the multi-use art space that it is today. Our building sits on the transition line between the retail district of Little Five Points and the residential community of Inman Park. Inman Park was Atlanta's first suburb, so we are only about 15 minutes from downtown Atlanta. Other neighborhoods, such as Candler Park, sprang up as Little Five Points grew. In the 1960s and 70s, most of the neighborhood had fallen into disrepair and was considered a dangerous part of Atlanta. Due to the vision of many of the small businesses and Don Bender, who owned and managed most of Little Five Points and is now the chairperson of the Community Improvement District, Little Five Points has transitioned into the urban destination and real estate hotspot that it is today. Now that the stage has been set, I will turn around and walk the few blocks from the theater into the heart of Little Five Points. As we go, you will see Bass Lofts. This building was formerly Bass High School until it was converted into urban lofts several years ago. This loft space is only one example of the in-town resurgence Atlanta is experiencing. We have seen an influx of millennials and young professionals from the suburbs back into the in-town area, with projects such as Bass Lofts and the Atlanta Beltline, the multi-billion-dollar green space project that runs through our nearby neighborhoods. This is Variety Playhouse, which hosts local and national bands of all genres and is a favorite music venue of many Atlantans. Seven Stages has been producing live theater focused on social justice for more than 30 years and often produces new work and brings in international performers to the area. They are also known for many of their outdoor immersive experiences, and they would be contributing to our Arts Alive performance schedule. Little Five is an extremely diverse area where people of all walks of life, ethnicities, race, socioeconomic groups, religious affiliations, and age cross paths. The retail spaces reflect this diversity. In a few city blocks, you can find Thai, Ethiopian, Indian, Mediterranean, Greek, Mexican, Italian, and American cuisine. You can also stop in at several independent bookstores, record shops, vintage clothing stores, and more. As mentioned, Little Five Points is a thriving hub of artistic activity in-town Atlanta. These murals are an example of the visual art that you can find in Little Five Points. Little Five Points and our neighboring communities have a rich history of outdoor festivals. Each year, the Inman Park Festival, Little Five Points Halloween Parade, and Candler Park Fall Festival draw thousands of visitors to our neighborhood to enjoy time with neighbors and friends as they watch parades, shop for local art, and enjoy festival cuisine. These festivals enhance the vibrant energy of our neighborhoods, and the goal of our Arts Alive program is to keep this upbeat festival feel throughout the year. Now we move into Findlay Plaza, which is the epicenter of Little Five Points and will be the main space in our Arts Alive project. Currently, Findlay Plaza is not a welcoming spot. Because of the hallway spaces the planters create, the space is split into territories occupied with many transients in our area. Our vision is that the Arts Alive project will not displace anyone, but instead open the space up for people to watch a performer and stroll into a restaurant or nearby shop. Our idea is to create an open space where various types of performers can present their work. For example, we might have a juggler over to the side while a school band performs a piece or two. By having multiple acts, we will be able to create these pockets of performances that draw people to the area and encourage them to stay for dinner or a show. We will work with our local arts organizations, schools, community groups, and arts professionals to create a performance schedule that includes music, theater, performing art, dance, and more. The outdoor performances will make the public space a destination rather than an area to walk through quickly. We have seen the impact outdoor performance can have in the area on a smaller scale. Until recently, this second smaller plaza was a popular spot for loitering and panhandling, and people felt uncomfortable coming into these businesses. The shop owners brought live music and outdoor tables into the plaza during the warmer months, and suddenly the space was transformed into a welcoming area where people feel comfortable sharing a meal or cup of coffee and enjoying the neighborhood. I want to end our tour by talking about the significance of this stretch of road that Finley Plaza, Little Five Points, and neighboring Candler Park occupy. This is Moreland Avenue, which is a main artery connecting North and South Atlanta. This is also the county line. So I am standing in Fulton County, but we are looking at DeKalb County to your left. Little Five Points has historically acted as a zipper, connecting the counties, neighborhoods, and communities instead of acting as a barrier that divides. Our Arts Alive program will continue this tradition of connecting communities and will take it to the next level as it brings people in from the suburbs and back into in-town. We want to capitalize on the sense of openness and inclusion that Little Five Points has been cultivating for more than 40 years.